Right. Hi. How you doing? Greetings. Can you see me? Because I can't see. Oh, yeah, I can see me. All right. How you doing?
Not so bad, thank you.
All right. So, what we up to today?
Today, we're actually going to round up the conversations we've been having for the past 2, 3 weeks.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Go on. Go on. It's your show. I'm the host, you know. I'm the host, you know.
to everyone out there listening, welcome to Bless Radio with Unity 5. And today's conversation is going to be a roundup of the topic we've been speaking for the past 3 weeks. Why women can't say no and why men can't say no. So we're just going to have a slight discussion about this, and we're going to give our opinion of what we gathered up for the conversations we've had with the ladies coming in and the gentlemen coming in on Bless Radio. And so yes, we're going to go from there, Bless.
Yeah.
What did you learn when we had all these guests coming on?
Did I what?
What did you learn? What did you pick up?
To EE, the UK's biggest network. Your current balance is...
Right, so that works fine. What did I learn?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good question, you know. That's a very good question.
Keeping in mind that we're talking about different cultures and, we have to keep that in mind as well.
I had a crisp pen in the straw, somebody took it. They shouldn't have took it. Anyway, I think it was very interesting, definitely very interesting. I learned quite a bit. It's kind of like these kind of things are not really, the abuse with women is not really talked about, It's not. So, although we know it's happening, we just kind of like push it under the carpet like it's not really none of our business. When it is our business. Kinda. You know what I mean? It's not like if a man and woman in a relationship, that's their private affair, yeah. But at the same time, as I said, that could be a man's little sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the point that I'm trying to put across. Not that man just want to turn around and say, yo, you want to stop it, because I said so. No, it's not that. It could be your sister. Could be, you know what I mean? It could be my little sister. And that's going on behind closed doors and no one knows. And that's why I kind of interfered, because I realized I've got nieces and daughters and all this stuff. And, I wouldn't like that to be happening. And if she believes that there's nothing I can do about it because she's frightened to tell her boyfriend because she might get a beating. Nah, man. So somewhere along the line, there's got to be some kind of midway point where we can actually say, you can't tell us what's going on. You can't interfere, but we can kind of give you some support. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing was, right, even though we had guests that had different views and they had different opinions, and how domestic violence is playing a game in their life as well, and how they were manipulated. Most of them were beaten up,
Yeah.
They were for emotional abuse, and these women, I found, they wanted some sort of support and protection, and they could not understand why a man could not be a man in that place for them to give them that support. And it's really quite deep if you think about it, because they were dealing with, I think, with a person. You get narcissistic.
Your voice was gone now.
You get narcissistic behavior over here. There's some disorder going on over here with the partners that they've got, and they spent 15, 20 years of their lives and hoping that they can get some kind of support from him. And in most cases, as we heard, they actually have to make the decision at the end and say, sorry, it's finished. But it was such a shame because they could not get the guy to stand up for them. I think that was in most family that came on.
I don't think that we can't get the guys to stand up for them. Yeah, it takes the man them, I don't think a lot of man them is aware of what's going on my side. Yeah, it's sometimes there was a time when it was a normal thing. To be quite honest, that there was a time when these things used to happen, people used to know about it, but no one ever used to interfere. It could be happening next door, but no one ain't gonna knock the door and say, "Why are you beating your wife? Stop beating your wife." You understand? We don't know because the wife could have been cheating on the man, or the woman, or the man could have been cheating on the wife, and you're gonna go and interfere and don't know how he's broke her heart, made her get angry in the first place. So I teach my children that if I'm arguing with any of the mother them, don't interfere. Do not get involved. When parents are arguing or having this dispute of any kind, as long as it's a non-violent thing, don't get involved, because you don't know what it's about. And they've been handling their business before you were born. And now you're a grown up, you want to come in at the thing when it's deeper than that. There's things years ago what parents don't forget. Hurts and arguments and all those stuff. So when children's got no right to interfere in a man and woman argument, but they can give their opinion. But that's how it is. That's my opinion anyway, because
I understand that, but what we've learned with our guests, that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of, because their story is quite clear to me from a woman's point of view, and I can only say that is that they had a partner who was literally controlling. And these ladies are very vulnerable because they're very young, naive, and so they just carried on for the sake of the marriage and for the children, and they were treated, to be honest, there was nothing there really, emotionally, physically, mentally.
Yep. Yo.
So,
go on.
That's what I picked up, that there's a lot going on there, deep rooted from the men's point, because it's easy for us to say that what you just said. We don't want interruption from the children, but you're forgetting that a man has to stand up at some point, mate, because we're talking about a different culture here. So I really found it quite sad, really, because if the men did actually partnered with their partners and spoke up and said a few things, maybe their marriages would have not break up. Maybe they would have had a happy married life.
Okay, right. So, we'll start off with the first victim. Yes, so to speak. You classify them as victim in your eyes, right? So the first person was Lioness, yeah, or was there one before Lioness?
Yeah, Lioness.
Right. Hopefully we should call in anyway. What happened to the rest of the army that was here last week? Them get three of them.
Yeah.
Right, I'll translate that in English. Right. With her, I'd like her to call in actually.
Well, I hope she would.
Yeah, I Lioness, if you're locked on, could you call in, because since the time we've started the show, you was there at the first show. We haven't really heard no opinion from you of what's happened since then and how you've progressed or haven't progressed since then. So Lioness, would you give them? Hey, what's your name again? I want to joking. You. Yeah, you on the screen. Right. Yeah, give Unity Fire a call, please, or give the studio a call. You can call in or you can text in on 079 444 31366. Yeah, I'm going to give that again. 079 444 31366. We have our special guest, who's our private investigator, like our Snoop Doggy Dog. You know what I mean? Our Snoop Doggy Doggy is Brother Limbs. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's our PI guy. He goes out there on the battlefield and him and his cat and his dog and everybody, and he comes back and he tells us what's going on. So, and he's a comedian as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he is.
he's a comedian as well. He makes me laugh. You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah, he
when I don't
does.
understand what he's talking about.
I think that's the beauty.
Yeah. So
That's the beauty.
right. So first of all, yeah. I think I'm gonna see if what's her name? What's her name again?
Lioness.
Lioness is
Lioness.
available. Aisha, we need to recap as well of what's happened since. Can you get any of them to give us a recap, please? Because this show is about
Well,
an update of what happened.
Well, I got a message from the girls, and Aisha, it's quite clear with Aisha, the recap is only that she's actually moved on, and she has her own business running. But she's much stronger now. She feels that, I feel much happier and much stronger that I had made a decision and left. Which I think in her story was quite deep and quite sad, because it is such a shame, because she was so young and all she was craving for was support. It was not, I'm not talking about physical, just emotional support. And the poor girl, I see she did not get that, and that went on for too long. So now she says, I'm much happier. I've managed to, break free, conquer my fears,
Welcome
and
to EE.
walk
We're
forward.
doing everything we
So
can
which
to
is a
help
good
our
sign.
customers in this difficult time.
And I think her aspect
And
was
wait
more,
times are longer than
I
normal.
find it was more verbal and emotional
Payments.
rather than
You can
physical,
top up
hopefully.
yours or a family member's
And,
pay-as-you-go phone
It
instantly.
just shows when you're not talking with each other and you're not on the same wavelength. This is how marriages break down.
Okay, well, I didn't really get married at all,
Yeah.
right? Because I didn't like the way it worked. I mean, I've seen people getting married. All right, it works for some. Right, now this is the thing. The phone is ringing, yeah? And I can't hear the phone ringing. Hi, Lioness. Alright. Where's she gone now? Where's she gone?
Right, anyone who wants to call in, the studio line
I'm
number
gonna
is
give her the other
079
number. I'm gonna give her the number.
444 31366. Today's
So what's
conversation.
so before we go into the recap, we've got quite a few people that we can actually reflect on their experience. Like as I said, Aisha. Is it Aisha the one who makes all the cream and stuff?
Yeah, the beautiful stuff, yeah.
Right.
Come on, you must have. Haven't you still bought her stuff? Come on.
How am I gonna get to buy her stuff when she hasn't sent me anything?
I'll send you the link on the WhatsApp.
Nah, man, she's got to tell me. She doesn't even know what I need. I'm not gonna just go and buy something that I don't even
Go
know.
and check out their website and then you choose.
Nah, man, listen to me. What she's got to do, she's got to tell me what I need, and then I'll go for it.
You should know what you need.
Oh yeah, I know what I need, but I mean, I want to know what she's selling. You know
Well,
what I
like
mean?
I said, you go on the website and I'll tell you the link. We'll click you onto there and all the products are all over there. And you can choose.
Nah. I'm gonna tell her, I want something for this, and then she has to give me something for this.
Okay.
That makes sense.
You can manage.
Anyway, so what stuff did you get from her? Changing
Me,
the
I
subject
bought
a little bit.
practically everything from her except for the beard oil.
What oil?
And beard oil.
Bird.
And she's launching something very new as well. So I can't tell you, but you have to watch out for that.
A beard.
Yeah,
oil.
beard oil for men.
Oh, I thought you meant
Really
that.
nice.
I thought she sell women's stuff. When you said beard oil and she says women.
All her stuff is unisex. Beard oil obviously is specifically for men, I think. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. And it's vegan, alcohol free. It's really, really good.
Well, we'll find out, innit?
Yep.
That's why I
I'm
said.
telling you, right?
Anyway, I hope she's locked on because she can actually give us. Sorry, I had to send in a lioness on the other phone. Sorry, lioness. Somebody's turned the ringtone down on the phone. Yeah, that's why I couldn't hear you. Right, so it's not a my problemo. Yeah,
Okay.
it's somebody turned off the ringtone. Yeah, and I know who it is. I know who the culprit is, and I'm gonna sort that out. Seat notification, turn down. Right, right. Oh,
Yep.
no. Right, that's it. Sorry about that, mate. Right. Oh, she's online. Oh, type lioness online. I've given her the other number. Hopefully. Did you hear that? That's a real phone.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello, hi.
Hi. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Lioness, of course.
And where you calling from, lioness?
Where am I calling from? The Northwest.
Oh, is this the first time you're calling in? Hi. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming on, Lioness. You're going to actually join in with our debate today, and we're having a little conversation, rounding up the conversations here. What did we learn from our guests that came on when we spoke about why men can't say no and why women can't say no?
Okay, what did we learn from that? The guests, they had a lot to say, actually. The experiences, how much they give into, like with the relationship, how much commitment they make. And they really, really try hard. But they don't seem to get back what they're putting into a relationship.
Okay, can I ask you something? Yeah, we've been doing this for about maybe 4 or 5 weeks now. I don't know how long, but since you was one of the first callers that called in on the show, yeah. So the question I've asked you since then, which has been about nearly over a month ago, how's things with you now? Now, I'm not saying that we're the nurse and we're the doctors, but how's things been with you since then?
I think things are good. I'm learning. It's a learning curve. When you've been in a relationship for so long, and you don't get to go out and about, make friends, make relationships with other people. It's a learning curve. But it's good because I'm making friends. I'm being able to get advice from those friends, and understand things, and it just feels good because you're free to do what you want, and you're not worried about making mistakes. And even if you do make a mistake, you just learn from it and you move on without having to fear all the anxieties and the stress that you have in the relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
My voice is actually back, by the way, so it's quite hard to speak.
What's just come back?
My voice, it keeps echoing back to me.
Oh. Right.
But don't you think when we spoke to so many sisters, there was a similarity with everyone?
Carry on.
Hey, Bless?
Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
I miss what Unify said.
I said, don't you think there's a similarity? Not just because we're all from the same culture, but there was a similarity in all the sisters where most of the time it was the in-laws and the husband that were more on board, and they were so naive and young. So they were manipulated, really, and they kept going on until they came to an age of maturity, and then they realized, you know what, this is just not right. So you think there's a similarity there, Linus?
Yes, that is exactly the case.
Yeah.
Time and time again, that's what I come across within the Asian culture, South Asian culture. The way the girls are brought up, to obey their parents, to be respectful to the elders. When they come into these relationships, and especially if they don't have experience of dating, they're very, very easily influenced, and I don't know how to. I don't want to say controlled, but there's an element of. I suppose there is an element of control in it. And they just carry on trying to do their best. And recently I've been speaking to someone, and she's in a similar situation where she went to a boarding school, like a religious boarding school, very like obey the parents, obey everybody around her. And then she was like put into an arranged marriage through the family, back home abroad. And she's suffering now. She's got 2 children. She does not want to go back to her husband, but the family are putting immense pressure on her to go back to her husband. And she has escaped. She has gone into a hostel, like a refuge, a women's refuge. But she's extremely like down and upset, and she just doesn't know what to do because she feels she's letting her family down.
By leaving the man?
This is what I noticed with the girls, that they were very patient, and they've actually given 20 years, most of them given 20, 30 years of their life, which you can't get back, you just can't get that back. And they've tried, and with, what do they get at the end? They're left with the kids, and they're actually doing, everything by themselves. I'm not saying it's something wrong, because most of the girls are happy. The ladies are much happier now being alone, and they found themselves, and they're not as vulnerable like they were when they were with their partner. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Check it. Oh, you
it's
can
a
hear me.
learning process, because everyone dealt with it differently, didn't they, Bless, really?
Aye. Oh, yeah, I couldn't hear me. Right, yo. Yeah, that's me. Right. So, Lioness.
Yes.
Oh, you sound good through the headphones. Sounds better through the headphones, actually.
So do I. Oh, gosh, you got headphones. But it's really hard to hear Unify.
Okay, yeah, but that's normal with her, man. She's just so relaxed. She's just like, she's talking like she's just lying on her sofa, you know what I mean? She's eating a pen now, things are hard up there. You don't have to eat the pen, my dear. There's food in the cupboard,
Don't make me bring Papa on.
Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. No, Papa Doms today, please. No. All right, let's forget that, because we're going to... All right, all type Papa Dom, if you're locked in, yeah, big up yourself, you know what I mean? That thing. Right, so, yeah, what's her name? You know what? Lioness.
Yes.
Right, let's get serious now, because Unity's making me laugh. She needs to compose herself. Come on, compose yourself, man. It's a show, man. Man up. All right. Man up, man. Right. Unify. What advice would you give to the man them, yeah? Because you've just come out of this situation, what advice would you give to the man them? So, for example, now, there is man them that's doing these kind of things, yeah? And because you've come out at the other side and you can reflect, maybe man can learn from their mistakes, yeah? So what advice would you give a man, even if it was your brother that was abusing a girl or whatever, what advice would you give him from what you've learned from your personal experience? Everybody's giving women advice. But it's the man them that need advice, because they're the ones that's roughing up.
Look, men need to understand, right? If you want women to respect you, this goes both ways, Bless. If a man loves his woman, respects his woman, and he carries this through in front of his children, his family, this is going to be something that they will adapt to, and it will become a norm.
Yeah.
And it will become a norm. Because they don't man up to it, and because they fear their mom, sisters are going to say, why are you over your wife for? Why are you doing this too much for? That's what I noticed with these sisters. Because the man did not man up to the point where, he has to show respect for his queen. And if real men do that, she's standing by you anyway. Because those girls, I live for those girls when I listen to them. The men, seriously, come on guys, you need to get up and stand up. Respect your women. I don't care who they are, just respect them. If you want this to carry on, you can't be hating on her, you can't be saying she's not nice, and then expect to go with another woman and do the same with her, and then expect someone else to love your sister. No. The other woman is someone else's sister as well.
Okay. Thank you, Lioness. Yeah.
You mean thank you, Unify? I just about caught some of the things she said.
Yeah, I know, but no, what it is, I said, I asked a question to Unify. No, to Lioness. Yeah, I got Lioness, I got a question for you. After all what
Okay.
you've been through, what have you? What advice would you give the man then? But we have our security, Unify, who couldn't hold it down and jumped in with a punch and said, "I will tell them what to do." You understand? But her name is Unify, and I asked Lioness the question, but it's all right. She's a bit excited and she's a bit passionate.
No,
about.
it's true though. That's how men don't appreciate their women.
Do you feel appreciated? And since as you don't want to talk to Lioness and make her question the thing, I'm going to question you. Do you feel appreciated where you are now, in the situation you're in? Ha! Nah.
I have actually started to appreciate myself as well.
No.
No. You need to know who you are, and you need to love yourself. That's when someone else will respect and love you too. You cannot be in a situation when you do not know anything about yourself and you're hating on yourself. Your confidence is on the, you just don't know what you're doing, and then you expect another man to, or anyone in your group to love you. You also need to be on board with your emotions. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but do you feel appreciated?
When you're young, when you're young, blessed, at the ages we were very young, it's not easy. You still don't know yourself. And that's when the manipulation comes in.
Yeah.
And maybe Lioness will agree to that.
All right, but you still didn't answer the question. Don't give me that look. Don't even look at me like that. I'm not your child. You're not sending me to my room. Don't look at me like that.
You know what? Mother used to come on and go, we give our kids that look, and they go, hey.
Yeah, that's it. I see that look. Don't bother with that. Don't bother with that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Take that in the kitchen.
Ladies, get that look. You give them that look, and that's it. It's done.
No, I don't bother with them looks there, man. I see that look there. Don't bother. Listeners, if you could see what she's doing, yeah, she's like telling me, "You carry on. I'm gonna slap you." You know, I'm psychic. I can see in her eyes that she's kind of serious.
No. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's sometimes that look does all the work.
Yeah, well, that means I gotta change the subject, then, innit?
No, you can ask Lioness. See what Lioness thinks. Because it's nice to have someone else's opinion.
All right, then, Lioness.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you like that, because I'm gonna get back to Unify in a minute when she calms down a bit and change her looks. Right. What advice would you give to the man them from your past experience that may help them to not do the things that you've been through?
That one's really hard.
I know it's a hard question. That's why Lioness is right. That's why Unify is writing it down, because you've got to work it out.
No, don't write it down. He's saying all this because you know I'm not in the studio, that's why.
Yeah,
what I'd say with the woman is that when you're in an abusive relationship, like the woman, she's always like justifying it or giving it excuses. Maybe he's just, she's done something wrong, or he had a bad day. I don't know, like, or he's depressed, or if he's like drunk too much. Always giving excuses. There are no excuses to be treated badly. And by the time you realise what's happening to you, I think I'd say to a lady to reach out to get support and help. And in order to change the man, I think he has to go onto a course, or he has to do something professional, get professional help to change his behaviour. Because a lot of these behaviours, they've been, the man's had them for a very, very long time. Like his, the way like he thinks of women, how to treat them, or he makes himself into like a big man, like you say. He thinks he has to like control everything, be in charge. He has to have his way. So these things are ingrained in the man's way of thinking and psychology. And
that's what I said in the beginning about narcissistic behaviour and manipulation. Can you imagine pressing the girl and asking him to go for therapy? He's going to think, what are you talking about? I'm fine. They never accept that there's something wrong. It's very few that will actually go for counselling and therapy.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with you. They're not going to go for counselling, and they do think there's nothing wrong with them. I agree with you, because they're going to blame the woman for everything and not themselves. But I don't know, the woman has to try and reach out. I mean, I did. I tried to get help and support, but I didn't get very far. I didn't get anywhere. But I don't know, it's really hard. How do you change the man? Well, what do you do?
Well, I think, right, I mean, it's okay to ask us what we should do and what a man should do. I think Bless should answer that question to you, the man though.
What?
Sorry, I missed that. I can't. What
I
did
think
you
we need to ask Bless the question, what should a woman do to, or give advice for a man? You tell us what advice we get from you.
No. Well, you can answer that after you've answered the question. Listeners, I hope you guys are listening to what she's doing, you know. She hasn't answered my question yet. Then we palmed it on to Lioness. And now you want me to answer the question. Yeah, but you was the first one who had the question. Well, it's all right. I will answer the question in a minute.
Maybe a man should phone and answer the question.
I am, ladies. I am a man. Lady, I'm a man.
I mean a different.
I'm a man. Listen, I'm a man. I'm a man. Right? Can you hear me? I'm a man. All right. I don't know if she realizes a man listening. Right. Right. Lioness, my wonderful friend.
Okay.
All right. So more advice. What would you give the man them from your past experience of what's going on, what they should and shouldn't do? Are you serious?
It's really hard because when you're in a situation of abuse and control, no matter what you say or do, he's not going to listen. He's going to think he knows everything because he wants that power, he wants that control, and he thinks he's right. He doesn't even, I mean, sometimes the man doesn't even think he's doing wrong. He thinks this is the way you be, this is the way you treat the woman. That's his belief system. So how do you change that belief system? It's very, very hard.
So basically, it's not to change. We're not trying to change anything. We're trying to say, like, if you had a couple of guys listening right now that they do these things, not deliberately like they're women batterers or anything, but sometimes stress gets to them and they're handling things the wrong way, and they're dealing with the stress the wrong way, and sometimes they take it out on the women and sometimes they don't. But what advice would you give them, man, there before they
walk out, go walk out, take a walk?
I'd
come back.
Take some
just don't hit nobody, and just don't.
Yeah. I'd take some deep breaths and move away from the situation. Go out for that walk.
Yeah.
Do something else before you just.
All right,
out.
listen. It's raining outside.
Okay.
You can't go outside.
Just walk away from the situation. Just walk away.
Walk away. You're both living in one room.
Put your headphones on.
I'm trying to make you understand that there's some scenarios where a man and his woman is living in a one bedroom flat. So that means they're in the same bedroom, and then some places don't have a front room and some do. But sometimes a man can't run away. You guys can turn around and say, go for a walk and go here and go there. But there's nowhere for some men them to go. You understand? And sometimes
I don't think you have to go anywhere, Bless. What I'm saying, right, you're angry, you come to the point where you can't handle yourself. So sometimes it's best to just either sit in the corner, be quiet, and say to your partner, look, leave me alone right now. You've got to do that because you've got to break this trend. You've got to break this physical, emotional, things that partners do to each other. And the only way of doing that is actually to walk away from it, calm down, and then analyze what you've done, and then come back and try and see if you can talk it off. Because that's the only way forward. Otherwise, go for counselling, go for some therapy, talk to your doctor. That's the next step that you could do. If you think you cannot handle, you can't control yourself, then you need to get professional help.
All right. So, for example, now, if a guy is like an alcoholic, or drinks a lot of alcohol, right, it will make him be a little bit ignorant and arrogant and maybe semi-violent or prone to be violent, if he drinks a lot of alcohol, especially when somebody stresses him out. Some people are like that. Alcohol may calm you down and make you feel better at that time, but all these things serve man, but it's only there for a while. But if you drink too much, it's gonna have a side effect. You know, some side effects is hangover. Some man them get angry. Some people drink and get violent. You know what I mean? And in the scriptures will tell you that wine makes the heart fonder. You know, the wine calms the heart. A strong drink is raging. Yeah, this is what the book says. So, if it said that in the book, and now people are drinking alcohol and don't realize that might be the cause of why they're a bit aggressive, because strong drink is raging. That's the side effect of strong drink if you can't handle it. You know, so if we can get a message out to the man them as well, because as I said, your brother could be doing it to his girl. So we don't know who's doing it, and we can't turn around and say, well, we can stop it all, but we can make a man think. You know what I mean? Because when somebody's near their deathbed or when they've passed away, you will remember all the damage you've done to them. Yeah, when a good friend passes away, you remember all the time you've let them down, and they've yeah man, and all the good things. You remember everything. You know, when somebody passes away. So let's not leave it till something happens. Yeah. Let's not leave it till it goes that far. And another thing again, man them, it is very easy to take a life. Right? It's a lot more easier than you think. And quite a few people has died through slipping, through banging their head, through simple little things. You know, a man push a man and he falls off the pavement and he hits his head and he dies. He's done for murder. And all he did is pushed him, but he didn't have the intention to kill him. You know, some deaths are accidental. So I'm not saying you're going to kill your gal, you know, but I'm just saying violence can, you know, I mean, you can hurt somebody in a way that you don't realize. So I'm just trying to show the man them it's very easy to take out someone accidentally. You know what I mean? It's very easy to lose your temper and do something that you will regret. You know, and every time you do beat that woman or do have a go at that woman, it affects her soul and it affects her spirit. You understand? And every tear that she cry, you're going to pay for it. You will pay for it.
Absolutely.
That's the reality. I'm just educating the man them from something that I know for a fact. Every tear that you made that woman cry, unnecessarily, you will pay for it. It will come back around. It will come back around. And even the book, what you read, your religious books will tell you about make what the religious books tells you, you know what I mean, how to treat a woman and what will happen if you really start making her cry unnecessarily. Those tears are on you, bro. Like somebody will say, oh, if you kill that man, their blood is on your hands. Yes, but the tears is also on your hands as well. Remember, blood, you know, so man
that's the way she showed it, by crying.
Yeah, so that's why we're having this convo, to make the man them realize it's time to stop. It's time to change. Don't leave it till it's too late that you're on your deathbed and you say, oh, darling, I love you. Oh, I didn't mean to. Brethren, she could walk away and leave you with a bottle of medicine and go about her business.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, man them, one day you're going to get old. Who's going to be looking after you? You think a woman under duress and under fear, who the love has kindled out a bit, would really make an effort to look after you when you're sick?
Yeah.
And that's an opportunity of running. That's an opportunity. That's a window. Look, right, he's not too well. I'll look after him until he gets better, and then I'm gone. You know, there's so much scenarios that I can give a man.
It's funny you say that, because that's exactly what I said in the beginning. I said the women, all they were asking for was support and love from their husband. You know, a few little connections, a few little things that they can do together just as a one-to-one, which should be a norm thing for the husband and wife, because these girls got married at a very young age, and they had the chance to, well, they didn't manipulate them, but they